What's going on, Lawn Care Nation? Richie Plemons with Plemons Lawn and Landscape. So it has been a very emotional week. It's been a tough week. That you just saw was my grandfather. Passed away this past week at 91 years old. He was married for almost 75 years to my grandmother. You know, so it's been a tough week. That's why you've not seen me post in the past little over a week now. I've been with him and my father and my family and stuff. He's been sick, and then was with him again, you know, of course, for the funeral and everything. So it's been a pretty emotional week for our family. He taught me a lot about, I mean, if there were some things that I could take away from my grandfather, it was definitely love and devotion. Like I said, he was devoted and he loved my grandmother, and you know, he spent 75 years with her, and they never left each other's side for more than a night, other than during World War II. He fought in the Pacific during World War II. He was in the Army, honorably discharged from the Army, and he never talked much about it growing up, other than just to say, yeah, I was in the Army. He was a very humble person. He didn't talk about a lot of things like that, so that's one thing that you know, really, my grandfather, you know, like I said, he was just a humble person. You know, he was happy with what he had, and as long as he had my grandmother, he was perfectly fine. He taught me to do things right the first time and not have to do them a second time. You know, that goes a long ways as far as, you know, teaching me in my business and things. He's the reason I joined the military. I had looked into going into the military as a kid, you know, and really liked the idea. And then, you know, of course, him being in the military, and he told me, you know, if it'll make a man out of you, and I'll be honest with you, it did. And after I got back from overseas, you know, me and him were able to talk about a few things that he normally wouldn't talk about, and I guess it was just because at that point we were both military guys, and he felt like he could talk to me about things that he had done in the military. So that was nice to get him to open up and listen to some of his stories and things like that. In the landscaping field and lawn care, as a kid, I would spend my weekends spending time with him and doing different things in the lawn, mowing. He taught me how to mow, him and my father. You know, we mowed on like a 1969 Cub Cadet lawn tractor, and he had that mower up until about 3 years ago. That's what he ran, and then it finally had give out again, and finally, instead of repairing it, he decided to buy a new one. And he hated the new Cub Cadet mowers. He said, these are garbage, they're not built like they used to be. You know, so, you know, he lived in the time of, he was part of the greatest generation of men and women that I think we ever had. They were hardworking, didn't want to sit down. I mean, he was always doing something. You know, a lot of you know that I make the flags, and I do some woodworking also, and he's kind of the reason that got me into woodworking. I'd go spend, you know, the afternoon out of school, after school, sitting in the shop with him, and he'd be making things. So, you know, it's been, like I said, it's just been an emotional week. That's why you've not seen me post. I plan to post again starting next week, and start doing some more videos and uploading more videos next week. So in case you guys wonder where I've been, that's where I'm at. You know, we're getting ready to start on the baseball field. I come out a couple weeks ago, and we cut the infield, got it down, and school system let it overgrow so much that it took 18 hopper loads on a walker mower just to cut the infield. It was pretty badly overgrown, so now we're going to try to tackle the rest of the field today. So that's the plan for today. But anyway, guys, you know, like I said, that's where I've been. That was my grandfather you just seen. He was a military veteran, Army veteran, World War II veteran, and I want to thank the American Legion for coming out and doing his full military service funeral and burial and stuff. So it was really nice of them. They done a great job. I couldn't have been happier. My my family couldn't have been more proud of my grandfather, and also more proud of what the American Legion done for him at his funeral. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to get to work, and we will see you guys in a video next week.